Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be with you this afternoon, and I have a very brief assignment here. My assignment is to introduce to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my boss and his nephew. We have in our midst Bafo Ossetia Hbcu, the sixth, the Mare Hine, to the Otumfo, the Asante Hine. He is a medical doctor by profession. He is a communicator and an entrepreneur, and recently inducted into office as the Chancellor of the Dominion University College. In his retinue is Nana Bonsra, Konkonhine of Kokofu, also in the Ashanti region. Bafo Ossetia Man has in his retinue this afternoon also Togbe Denge, his brother from the Volta region, just very close to Akosombo where we are. He's a chief from Kita, and he is the vice president of the Forum for Kings and Traditional Leaders of Africa. The chief doesn't move alone. He has in the retinue his friends and brothers, Mr. Nanasai Chamatin, who spoke eloquently at the roundtable session, who is an insurer and a very good one of that. We have also Mr. Sebonsu, a businessman and an entrepreneur, who left his business to accompany Bafo here because of the importance he attaches to the session. This was it. There's Nana Asase, who is a poet, and he's going to do a rendition for you. And if Nana steps out, he steps behind him. Nana Asase. Ladies and gentlemen, we have also, the last but not the least, all these young gentlemen and the ladies who form part of the chiefly court in Ashanti. They are here with us. At this juncture, I call the MC to take it. Thank you.
We want to thank you for finding the time to come out and grace us this afternoon. We're very endowed. Thank you very much. Before we begin this session, I think it's important that we get some words from the man who had the vision to put this together. And I know the tremendous effort that goes into have a vision in America and to transport it 5,000 miles away and implement it here on the soils of Ghana. So my brother, we have the same first name, different last name. My brother from another mother, right? Kwabna. Come on out here and give these people a great word. Let's honor the man who's played this together, Mr. Kwabna Boateng.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nana, and your court for the honor done us with your attendance. And, you know, when you talk about historically black colleges and universities, and you talk about efforts to connect and bridge the gap between Africa and the community of people of African descent, historically black colleges and universities are a very important anchor because, as you heard before, they have produced the black middle class in the United States. And that is a mission that we must have if we to have the Africa we want. We need to grow the middle class. So this segment of our programming, which is really the awards luncheon, is to recognize those who, through hard work and resilience, have done this work of bridging, for extending opportunity, for coming all the way down here to set the foundation for a new paradigm of engagement for the next 400 years. We've seen the first 400 years come and go. It is our responsibility now to reconnect, to reconcile, to reclaim, and build a future that we all envision together. So before I go on, I want to acknowledge some people who may not be here with us, but who I believe are smiling upon us gathered here today. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the work of Dr. James Iman-Kwejiagwe, the first Gold Coaster I know to have attended an Hbcu. Went to Livingston College in the United States, and he was really one of the founding principals of Achimota School, a mentor to Kwame Nkrumah, who I'm sure is also smiling upon us gathered here today, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and a host of others. So first want to acknowledge these ancestors, these people who have become ancestors. And would like to then come into the present and acknowledge some outstanding individuals who have been doing a fabulous job of bridge building. So the way we're going to go, Nana is going to present the awards, we're going to read citations, and we're going to get on with this business of recognitions, awards, and consideration. So again, thank you, and let's honor these individuals even as they come up with a hand clap. Thank you.
Okay. Our first citation and award will be going to a fellow HBCU alum, Mr. Jamerson Payton. He's receiving the Order of the Living Waters Award in recognition of your visionary and inspired leadership in financial literacy and economic development, education focused on the HBCU ecosystem. Brother Payton, will you please come and accept this wonderful award? The next citation goes to my fraternity brother, representing Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Gotta give a shout out. His name is Mr. Garrett Taylor. You have heard from him today as part of the panel. Mr. Taylor will be receiving the Order of the Living Waters Award, a recognition of your literary work to uplift children globally and your inspiring leadership in providing mental health solutions for historically oppressed peoples. Please, let's give Mr. Garrett Taylor a hand for this wonderful award. Let's give him a hand. This next award touches my heart because, you know, in our fraternity we have a saying, lifting as you climb. And I believe all of us have heard the song that says, the children are the future. And it's an honor for me to give this award because this actually was my teacher in college. This is the gentleman I took networks from when I was a student at Morgan State University. And it's an honor for him to come 5,000 miles to receive this wonderful award. The next order goes to Dr. Jakob Astaki for the Order of the Master Teacher in recognition of your inspiring and impactful service in making engineering education accessible to all. Dr. Jakob, please come for this award. The next award goes to Dr. Jewel Dr. Jewel Green Wynn, who's come from Tennessee State University. You have heard from her today as she has impacted us with some wonderful words of inspiration. She's receiving the award of the Living Waters in recognition of your inspiring and impactful service to the cause of promoting diversity and inclusion in international education. Dr. Jewel, please come for your award. Our final awardee for today. I don't know how to introduce this man without being emotional because his name is Dr. David Wilson. You have heard from him today also on the panel. Dr. Wilson is the president of my alma mater, Morgan State University. He was not president when I was there. He became president after I was there, and the tremendous improvements that have occurred since he has come on board has been unspeakable. I mean, he has managed to bring the whole Morgan community together. He has allowed us to be very to have pride in what our university has represented, not just in the diaspora in Baltimore, but also here on our continent. And he's receiving the Transcendent Order of the African Eagle Award, which is presented to the highest honor of the HBCU Global Impact Awards. To Dr. David Wilson, in recognition of your visionary and inspired leadership in HBCU global engagement and impact, we want to thank you, we honor you by giving you this Transcendent Award. Dr. Wilson, please come for your award. Let us all rise, please.
Thank you.
Atidano. Yera my atidano. Nana my atidano. Atidano. Nana my atidano. Atidano. Amrumuna atidano. Atidano. Nana my atidano. Yera my atidano. Amrumuna atidano. Atidano. Yera my atidano. Atidano. Wadani my wabo, wadani my wabo. Wadani my wabo, wadani my waba, yera wadani my wabo. Ye wadani my wabo, wadani my waba, yera wadani my wabo. Say ye wadani my waba, nana wadani my wabo. Wadani my wabo, wadani my nana wadani my wabo.
wish to say Hbcu to all. This contest is a historic one, woven specially by my late father in the 50s to kick against the way the white people was oppressing the African, for that matter the Ghanaian, through the imposition of extra levies which were acceptable. So in a pensive mood at Angloga, they wore this club, they call it Tatetel Angloga, Conference at Angloga, to present this to you, to show how the black man has fought all these years for liberation. Congratulations for the great work you have done for Mother Africa, and for that matter, the whole world.
Ago. When a woman is in labor, she does not rejoice. But after she has delivered, then she calls for celebration. And so by now, I believe that we have learned our lessons well to celebrate our heroes while they yet live. For heroes are born young, usually very different than the rest. They are torn from the breast. As they take on life's test, they eventually emerge the best. I also learned that the beard is the broom with which the elders gather wisdom. Yet, when you meet a man who totes no beard, mind you, he is an elder who might have picked all of life's experiences. And so in rewriting our narrative, on the 2nd of November 1954, something happened. Write this down. On the day when we went to battle and we had lost, Ebenada, on the day the woman chose to mourn the dead, a man was born. Mind you, when an arrow hits you in the head, it gives you no time to think. And so for one, to have this pain and overcome it, no, you're painful. Or painful kwabena. Obi pade koko ehunua. Omisa kwabena. Kwabena nana. He who has seen red and survived. If any man is seeking one who is sharp, if knowledge were a field, you would be the apt tool to harvest. You'd be a sickle. She sinimdie eye fu aye cha ko ye kantan crunchy. Kantan crunchy awa pin into yedini twanimdie me baby mine. You might not understand my mother tongue, but mind you, I'm the writer king who sips communion wine from the calabash. On behalf of all my brothers and my sisters, we are so proud to say that on this day, as we remake history, we celebrate our own. We are honest about it, and we have good examples to look up to. I did not come to call you with proverbs or with riddles. Congratulations. More piaf. Opim so, your tiko koswo. Otokuma, and come and read him this year. It is a man read him both you will be no Timo Swa. Now, no quack or your mama. Dr. David Kwabena Wilson. Or Mama Dr. David Kwabena Wilson. And then the boating Timo Swa. Frewa Mama. Makase ye. Makase ye. Any a yempin in there. Manuato. That's it.
Thank you. Why did you bring it? Oh, you know, on the man.
My drive from back on that. What in so from back on that? Oh, yeah, the how, yeah, rent, yeah, that. Oh, nene. Yeah, go, yeah, the hand, and I'm a rent, yeah, that. Oh. My drive from back on that. What in so from back on that? Yeah, go, yeah, the how, yeah, rent, yeah.
Dr. David Wilson.
wajua kwamba kwa naye. Wote mtukwamba kwa naye. Yanko ya dao na na marinti ya dao. Ne. Yanko ya dao ye renti ya dao. Ne.
Thank you. Before we move into the lunch phase, where you're going to gobble your face, I'd like to bring up a person who has been part of this vision from day one, has supported this thing with her energy, her vision, with her money, and her time. Dr. Samuels, can you please come up and just say a word? This is one of the first original people that came on board to help put this vision into motion. So we want to thank you for your efforts.
I just wanted to say thank you for this incredible opportunity to participate in. Having grown up in Long Island, New York, in a predominantly white school district and not being taught my history, I didn't go to HBCU. I went to a predominantly white college, and so this experience has been astounding. I'm so grateful to be a part of it, and I'm just learning so much about myself, my identity, and I guess I'm adopted now. It's home for me. So I just wanted to thank you all.
Hand-woven or handcrafted kente cloth called fiaoyome. When you say fia means king. Fia. So this cloth is specially woven to be worn by mamas or nanas to follow the retinue of the king. In every way, we say fiaoyome after king. So you are a queen. We crown you as a queen. Fiaoyome. The other one is, the name is Tatotol Angloga, Nana Angloga. Okay? The king of Ashanti has allocated a big land for my people from Angloga. So that's what Angloga in Ashanti. There's a blood relation between the Ashantis and the Anglos. So we say Angloga in Ashanti and Angloga, the national headquarters of the Anglos. You are one of us, like you.
Well, Nana and Togbe and all here honored guests present, I wish to take the opportunity to acknowledge the work of Latoya. I recall that last year during the Odunde Festival in Philadelphia, she played a great role in welcoming us and making it possible for Nana to demonstrate the Ashanti culture during the festival and thereby making a very big difference to the occasion. Since then, she has continued to be very active with programs to bring collaboration between Africans in the diaspora and Africans in the motherland. On this occasion, we wish to congratulate you, Latoya, and to acknowledge your achievements. Thank you.
Actually, Pasoma, I'm told about the incredible. A very American Caribbean, but the incredible representative. You Indian, you are one who can go back and have a good or back or represent for my teacher. I should Ghana, I'm going to Canada, or Canada, and it's not Oh, okay. Your man in Sapa, equally in some soup box, yes, and whiskey talks about Casablanca. But no, what's my rap?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Kwabna Boatem. I attended Akosombo International School, then went on to the United States, to the state of Florida, attended Florida A&M University, which turned out to be a historically black college and university. I didn't know much about HBCUs back then, but I came to realize that there's a linkage between where we are today as a liberated nation from a political perspective and the connection to HBCUs. The prominent Ghanaian who left the shores of the then Gold Coast and went to the United States to study was Dr. James Iman Kwejiagri. Now, Dr. James Iman Agri went to a school called Livingston College in Salisbury, North Carolina, and he distinguished himself, became a teacher, a minister, and ended up joining the Phelps-Stokes Commission, which was to promote indigenous education in Africa. So he actually came on a trip across Africa, and one of the positive things which resulted was the ignition of the idea of forming Achimota School. So Agri became the first vice principal of Achimota School. He attended an HBCU. Then he influenced Nkrumah, he influenced Namdi Azikiwe, then Hastings Banda. They all connected. So historically, black colleges have been citadels of educational leadership in the areas of decolonization and empowerment education. And they were instrumental. I mean, people like Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson, other stakeholders, they're all products of these institutions. And when you go there, they imbibe within you a sense of cultural responsibility, a sense of an affinity towards Africa. So in this 400 years since the first enslaved Africans went to English America, the year that the president has declared a year of return, and also the decade within which the United Nations has declared the decade for people of African descent, we thought that this is the year to not only look at an individual return, people coming here and going, but an institutional return which targets one of our core areas of need, education. So we're looking at an institutional engagement to the point of even looking at establishing a campus of a historically black college in Africa, literally giving the spirit and meaning of HBCU Africa Homecoming, giving it real weight and purpose. So I come here today with some of my founding partners who were quick to embrace this vision and have taken time off their schedules to join me here. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Garrett Taylor. Mr. Garrett Taylor is a serial entrepreneur, and his focus is on mental health solutions in the area of trauma, as well as childhood trauma, as well as generational traumas. He's also involved in many other, he writes books for young children with the goal of empowering young children. So happy to have Mr. Garrett Taylor here. He was one of the award recipients of our awards event today. Also joining me is Mr. Jamaris Payton. He is all about the empowerment of Black people globally. So he founded this organization called Hbcu Wall Street. So it's about financial literacy and economic empowerment. And he's also looking at how to correct that historical pattern where you don't have enough Black people involved in foreign direct investments in Africa, because they've been battling an oppressive system, an oppressive paradigm. So 400 years, an opportunity to reconnect, to reconcile, to ambition together another end which we own ourselves, an end which is self-transcendent, autonomous, and self-determined. And for that reason, we come here. One thing I note about the title of the chieftaincy seat over here is the Ordinemo, which to me reads autonomous. And it jives with what we've set ourselves to do, to create institutions which generate more self-determined, more autonomous people who are self-transcendent. They commit themselves to being instruments of change to empower and uplift our people. So that's what the HBCU Africa Homecoming is about. It's about education, it's about trade, and it's about investments. And the HBCU Africa Homecoming Initiative, which we're going to be kicking on a yearly basis, is something which has been endorsed by the African Union. So we did the media launch at the AU mission about 2 months ago. So we come here to pay our respects, to plead for your blessings upon this venture, and also to humbly make the request that we know that Akwemu, from a historical perspective, was a place where royals were groomed for leadership. I believe some of even the Ashanti royalty came through here and were nurtured through here. So even as HBCUs, we bring more stakeholders from HBCUs over here. We want the opportunity to come and sit at the feet of Nana and also get that historically affirming tutelage, which will bring out that spirit of self-determination and autonomy. That Ordinemo hopefully will become it'll rub off on us, essentially. So that's why we come, and thank you very much for the audience.
I think you've said it all, and you're most welcome to Akon, the citadel of African tradition and custom. You've already started, so I'm just continuing for you. And over here we have the linguist, ordinary linguist, Shamisa, and ordinary butler, Nana yes. Nana Ayrakwa. I am Jaswahini, the curator as well as the chief of staff of the palace, and His Royal Majesty. We have the secretary to Ordinary, yeah, and His Royal Majesty Ordinary Kofako 23rd Akomini. So you are most welcome.
I'm not watching, and Steve. I know my own brother too is here. think during your introduction, you said much. I like that. You look as if you've done your research already about Akumu, which is very, very good. I think your program is a very good initiative, which is going to do more leadership in the black community. I think you coming to Ghana to recruit and business and all that. And coincidentally, being the year of return, it's appropriate. So, I read much about your school in Florida, but actually that's where I wanted to go, but I landed in UCF rather. Yeah. So I went to University of Central Florida, which is closer to. I know it's a very good school. So I know you brought about a very good leader too. And I'm praying that people who are going to listen and follow what you guys have brought will benefit a lot. Sometimes this generation they don't understand the essence of education well, but it's a tight job to instill it in them. And I know those who will listen and go through the process and qualify and then come out well. So I'll give my blessings and I'll pray that you get a lot of candidates from among us here. I think you touched on you having campus in Ghana in future. It's something we can discuss further. If it has to come to Sumo, it will be the best because we have the goodwill here already. Being the Akusumo Dam and we being a product of AIS, I think it's appropriate. So we can talk further about it in terms of land and whatever, so that we can get that affiliate campus here in our land. I think I'll say right now, just enjoy. The year of return, the wind is blowing all over. It's very nice that our brothers and sisters are coming down from the diaspora. I'm always urging that we should try and bring a closure to this unfortunate incident that happened in the slave trade era. Some of the acts were kind of barbaric, and we should try and bring a closure to it and move forward. Nobody will endorse that. What it is. Both of us, our great grandfathers who enjoyed that. Nobody knew what happened at that time. At this present age, we just try to apologize on behalf of them that such a thing happened. We don't think it should happen. We are not going to endorse that again. We try to bring a closure to it and move forward as brothers and sisters. So you are always welcome home. We love you as our kinsmen. And we want to integrate well into our culture, where the great grandfathers were taken from to the diaspora and enjoy our culture very, very well. Ghanaians especially are very, very warm people. We love our kinsmen very well. And I think it will be appropriate when this campus comes around for me to see during my era. You're welcome. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. Thank you.